The rain had just begun to fall on the city when Aaron stepped out of the office for the last time. A cardboard box in one hand, a termination letter in the other. He walked with the numbness of someone who had just watched a dream collapse without any warning. For months, he had poured everything into a tech project he truly believed would change his company's future. But sales had dipped, investors had pulled back, and his department became the first casualty. He didn't blame anyone. Honestly, he just didn't have the energy to. As he trudged toward the subway, a single thought echoed in his mind. What now? Aaron spent the next week searching for answers. His apartment, once a vibrant hub of creativity and purpose, now felt like a cage. Every corner held reminders of ambitions that had slipped right through his fingers: posters, unfinished plans, sticky notes with bold ideas. It all felt so heavy, suffocating. One day, unable to bear the crushing monotony of silence, he found himself outside a small martial arts studio in his neighborhood. A modest sign hung above the door: Master Liang's School of Inner Balance. Aaron had never practiced martial arts before, not a single day in his life. But something about the place, its calm energy, its pure simplicity, drew him in. Inside, an old man with silver hair sat cross-legged on the floor, his eyes closed, breathing slow and steady. Aaron hesitated by the door. "Are you here to train?" the old man asked, without even opening his eyes. Aaron blinked, startled. I'm not sure. I just needed to be somewhere." Master Liang opened his eyes and smiled, a knowing, gentle smile that seemed to understand everything. "Then this is the right place." Aaron returned the next day, and the next. The training was unlike anything he expected. There were no flashy moves, no furious punches, no high kicks. Instead, Master Liang focused on simple drills, breathing exercises, and long periods of quiet meditation. One afternoon, when the noise in Aaron's mind was especially loud, he just burst out. "I don't get it. How is sitting still supposed to help me rebuild my life? I don't even know who I am without my job." Master Liang stood up silently, then picked up a teapot and a small cup. He began to pour the tea into the cup. He kept pouring, and soon the tea spilled over the rim, running down the table and onto the floor. "Master, it's overflowing," Aaron exclaimed, jumping up to help. But Liang continued pouring, his expression calm. Only when the teapot was completely empty did he finally stop. "This cup," the master said, gesturing to the mess, "is like your mind." Aaron stared at the dripping tea, confused. "It cannot hold anything new," Liang continued, "because it is already full of fear, failure, regret, and all the stories you tell yourself. If you wish to begin again," he looked directly into Aaron's eyes, "you must first empty your mind." That night, Aaron lay awake, the image of the overflowing cup replaying in his head. His mind was full. It was overflowing with disappointments, with doubts, with the expectations of others. He had been clinging so tightly to who he thought he should be, that he'd left no space for who he could become. So he tried something simple. He took out a piece of paper and a pen. He started to write down every worry, every regret, every nagging voice telling him he wasn't good enough. The page filled up quickly, like the tea spilling from the cup. When he was done, he folded the paper and placed it in a drawer. As he closed it, he felt lighter, if only just a little. The next day, Aaron returned to training with a new clarity. When his mind wandered during meditation, he gently guided it back. When frustration flared up during a difficult stance, he breathed through instead of fighting it. Slowly, bit by bit, the storm inside him began to settle. Master Liang noticed the change. "You are learning," he said one afternoon. "I'm trying," Aaron replied. "No," Liang corrected him softly. "You are letting go." Weeks turned into months. Aaron's balance improved, not just physically, but mentally. He learned to focus on the present moment, rather than being crushed by the burdens of yesterday or the anxieties of tomorrow. He found that the quieter his mind became, the brighter his own ideas grew. One evening, While sweeping the training hall after class, an idea struck him. It was a spark of pure inspiration. An idea for an app that could help people practice mindfulness through simple, guided exercises, just like the ones he had learned with Master Leon. The next morning, he shared the idea with the master. Liang listened intently, then nodded. This idea comes from an empty mind, clear, honest, and open. Now, fill that space with purpose. That was all the encouragement Aaron needed. He dove in, working tirelessly, coding, designing, refining, but this time, it was different. There was no pressure to impress executives, no looming fear of failure weighing him down. He was creating something meaningful, something born from clarity, not from chaos. 6 months later, he launched the app. He hoped for a few dozen downloads, maybe 100 if he was lucky. He got thousands on the first day. People loved its simplicity, they loved its warmth. They loved its gentle reminder that sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is just step back and breathe. Interviews started coming in. Investors began to reach out. But Aaron remained calm, grounded. He remembered the overflowing teacup. He remembered the night he chose to empty his mind for the very first time. One evening, after a long but fulfilling day, Aaron returned to Master Liang's studio. The master greeted him with the same gentle smile as always. "You have built something good," Liang said. "I couldn't have done it without you," Aaron replied. The master just shook his head. "I did nothing. You simply created space for yourself to grow." Aaron bowed deeply, a profound sense of gratitude filling his heart. In that quiet moment, he finally understood the master's lesson. When you empty your mind of all the clutter, you create room for possibility, for purpose, for the person you are always meant to be. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you next time.